This is Mary in Hertford, and she's contacted us on behalf of her husband, Dave. He's 55 years old, he's a primary teacher, and she says he's suffering from severe stress and depression. Over the last few weeks, he's been tearful at home when talking about everything he has to do at school. Mary says that her husband has spoken to his head teacher, who's agreed to help him with some marking. But she says that Dave takes a lot of pride in his work and is unable to say no to other people asking him for help. The situation is affecting the whole family and she doesn't know how to help him. What would you say to Mary and indeed to Dave?
Dave would need to call in, and I would be suggesting that, in fact, we probably make an appointment for him to speak to one of our counselling team.
Psychologically, the first step is for him to accept that there's something he needs to talk to someone about outside of the family.
Yeah. And also the opportunity then to talk with someone through some of the issues that are being suggested there. What is it that he's experiencing that is stressful? What level of depression does he think he has? And this element that his wife has mentioned here, that he's finds it difficult to say no to people. It
sounds here there's quite a bit of guilt around it, around actually being able to say no. Does that crop up?
Yeah, I think there's a kind of view sometimes people have that everybody else is managing so much better than they are, therefore their failure to manage is down to personal faults. And so it's really difficult sometimes for people then to speak up. And people kind of end up becoming quite isolated as they believe that everybody else is doing well and it must be them. So they need to be able to explore the wider picture.
So Nina, your view on Mary and Dave's situation?
It's something I'm very used to hearing about. I think there are real issues around teacher mental health and the problems teachers have with saying no. It's in the very nature of the job that we absolutely want to do the best for the pupils. It's good that he's having the extra help with marking, but there may also be solutions such as being able to download lesson plans, which are all available now, on the internet, to save him with all the workload that's putting in. And I would also say most local authorities have their own welfare services. And given the fact that there is signs of depression here, maybe there needs to be some, intervention by his employer as well to make sure that they're actually meeting his needs.
In terms of health and well-being, do you think more can be done by leadership teams in relation to looking after the psychological, emotional well-being of the team?
Yes, many schools now have bought into well-being programmes, which very often will start with a survey of all of the staff and actually, find out what the problems are for them in terms of their health and workload issues and stress and so on.
Would you favour that as a kind of almost statutory guidance?
Well, we certainly would, because our experience is that where it's been done, it's been extremely helpful and very positive.
The advice given in this clip is aimed at the case featured, so do consider seeking your own workload advice if you're faced with similar problems. For more information, contact the Teacher Support Network or visit the Teachers TV website.